RAWR. So this is my, you can call it a rant, about Allods Online. So first of all, I actually like the game. I am not one of the people against it. I am pretty much, I love the mounts in the game, and I love the creativity in the zones. I have played video games my entire life, and I have pretty much played just about every MMO, free to play, subscription, blah blah blah. Um, some MMOs I really got sick of really fast, even though I like some of the gameplay mechanics. For instance, Rift. I got over it really fast because I didn't like looking at all of the zones. Everything you look at is something you can see in real life. I personally have gone to almost everywhere in the United States of America and almost everywhere in Canada, and all of the zones I have seen before in real life, and real life has better graphics. So, I like that in Allods, the zones look unique. You don't see in real life a giant, huge pyramid with green glowy stuff everywhere. You don't see in real life a desert that used to be the bottom of an ocean with shipwrecks and skeletons and fish bones everywhere. In real life, there isn't a zone where giant spikes come pulping up out of the ground, and not, like to stab you or anything, but just in awesome mode, like giant claws coming up out of the earth. There's there's just something better about being immersed in a world where you've never seen it before, and it just makes you want to go explore it. Something that I'm finding a little difficult with Guild Wars 2, as much as I like Guild Wars 2, is that the zones feel very repetitive to me, and I know they're going to make a bunch of expansions and it's going to get better. And I haven't even explored the whole world yet, so maybe it gets better already. But I'm just saying it gets kind of monotonous after a while to look at the same environment, to be like, oh hey, it's another snowy mountain. Oh hey, it's another forest with red trees. Yay! It's just repetitive. That's the only thing is I don't like. I loved Burning Crusade in World of Warcraft. That was my favorite one, just because every single zone was unique. It was a unique entity. It wasn't just that, oh hey, new monsters, new gear, new mechanics, blah blah blah. It was, I am in a totally new world that I've never thought of before, and it's awesome. So that is my big plus on Allods. Now, people can say what they want about, oh hey, but the best thing is you can do ship battles and you can fly out in outer space and kill giant demons that are waiting to attack you, and you can, compete with each other, and you can go search islands, and it's YPP but with better graphics. It really is. And YPP, for anyone who doesn't know, is Yoho Puzzle Pirates, which everyone just calls Puzzle Pirates. But that game has been around since I was like a really young teenager. And no, not really young, but anyways, a teenager. And that game basically had some very awesome mechanics that I wish more MMOs would go for. Like the whole in Allods, the exchanging in-game gold for out-of-game G potatoes, that is fantastic. That's something that you could do in Puzzle Pirates. Puzzle Pirates, you had the ability to basically trade your gold in the game for doubloons, and then you could trade doubloons for the gold. Guild Wars 2 has taken up that. Yay, I'm happy with that. I personally have played Allods Online for 2.5, almost 3 years. And I have spent in total, for the entire time that I've ever played the game, $150. Literally. None of that did I feel forced into spending. And people can say what they want about the runes, blah, blah, blah. I have never found it to be too giant of an issue. People do the math based on level 13 runes, and as if you're never, never, never going to use any of your in-game gold to trade for gems. Or as if you can never, never, never go to their website, play a stupid little 4-minute commercial video in the background, and get like, 3 to 8 G potatoes just for having done that. You don't even have to watch the thing. It's just running in the background while you play the game. I don't understand people's dilemma with this. I mean, they give you so much free stuff. Every time they're like, oh, hey, happy anniversary. Here's like 10 spam mails full of random stuff that you can use in the game that you would normally have to buy. You know, tokens of the explorers to get bigger bag space, and minor quest log expansion so that you can use more quests at the same time. I mean, you know, elixirs and everything. They just give you stuff all the time. Just randomly send you mail. They have all kinds of events where you use special coins to get random cool stuff. So much of Allods is vanity items. And how your mounts look, how you look, costumes, things like that. I love that about Allods. Yes, you have actual real armor and stuff, but who cares about real armor? Real armor doesn't look that awesome. It's funner to actually dress yourself up. I mean, that's why girls like Barbies. It's why guys secretly like G.I. Joes, which are not dolls. It's why people like that, is they like to dress up. They like fashion. They like design. And then mounts in Allods are stellar. I love them. I personally, in World of Warcraft, the only mount that I genuinely just absolutely loved just for the design of it was Anzu the Ravenlord mount. And I did have that mount on my druid. I'm one of those people who actually did like the 100 quest chain on the druid to actually get flight form and actually get the orb, and people would pay me money to go run through that. Yeah, I'm one of those crazy people. Allods Online, you can play Goblin Ball. You can literally kick a goblin's head around and play rugby. Yeah. Allods Online has raids, has battlegrounds, has questing, has zone PvP, has the ship battles, has all that stuff. To me, the best things about Allods is the zones and the mounts and the costumes. But I'm a girl, so I realized probably some guys are probably a little more competitive than me, and I do play League of Legends, but I play support, so yeah. Anyway, the main thing is what the big complaint is with Allods Online that I see repetitively is, oh my gosh, you have to buy stuff from the store and G potatoes are expensive. Honestly, I think G potatoes are expensive because they give so many away for free. And they give so much stuff away for free. So if you're actually buying a G potato, it's because you want something bad enough that instead of taking the time and actually grinding some gold and spending it to get yourself your G potatoes, you're paying real life money. You are not forced into it. You chose to do it because you're lazy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good mechanic in my opinion. I know there is the contesting that, you know, League of Legends contest is, you know, if we made it so that skins were available by another means, you would feel like you were gypping yourself if you didn't grind and grind and grind to get that skin. So skins only cost money. I personally think that works really well for League of Legends because they have the mechanic for the champions where you can use IP or you can use riot points. On Allods, it's not just a champion that you're building up. You're building up your own self in a world where other characters are running around with you all the time instead of just building up your summoner and then you have 50 billion champions underneath of you. It's not the same thing. So I don't think there would be as much of a, oh, hey, I feel gypped now because I had to spend money on this instead of grinding for it. You know, I should have just gotten it for free, but blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's an issue with Allods. What I think is the issue is people want to be the best, but they don't want to put in the effort to be the best. And the thing is you can get by in Allods with level 8 runes. I mean, you can. You could do max level raids and BGs and everything with level 10 runes. You can be fine. Absolutely okay. But there's this big giant something in people's heads that tells them, oh, but level 13. You don't need level 13 runes. So you should drop the math for everything over level 10. And you will spend at least half of what you would have spent in real life on runes by just using gold to get G potatoes and get everything instead. Also, when the prophetic cards and things come out and stuff, honestly, it's gotten really easy to get crystal chips just from that. Use in-game gold anyway just to get the gold dust and the level 1 runes from the little vendor dude that has the daily for the incense and the mount feed that you get for free. which that daily takes like 6 minutes. So do it, do it, do it. Do not waste money on those. In the long run, the only other thing I've ever seen anybody complain about having to buy on there is, well, I have seen once or twice mounts, but really, really, like a low-level mount is less than $10. And again, that's if you're not using in-game gold to just get cheap potatoes. Cheap potatoes aren't even 10,000 gold each. Just saying. Anyway, the main thing is, though, you know, the only other thing I've ever seen is, oh my gosh, you have to buy Water Life, Water of Death to reset talents and specs and everything. I personally have never had a problem with this. I personally just level attune to level 15 to figure out how I want to play them and then start over. That's always been my thing, so that I don't ever have to do that anyway. I've never, ever, ever had to do that. If they do a major giant redo on a class, they give you free, you know, basically respecking anyway. You can reset all of your stuff. It's not a big deal. Again, I've played the game for a really long time, and I've seen, you know, cursed gear. I've seen the death debuff. I've seen a lot of things. I mean, in Allods now, there's pretty much no punishment for dying. Literally, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, you know, dying's really kind of annoying anyway, so nobody likes to, you know, sit there and contemplate, oh yeah, I sucked. I wouldn't be here if I didn't suck. Dang it. You know, it's not a big deal. In Allods, there is no cost to teleporting all over the place, so you can go to any zone you want to anytime you want to. Once you know the teleport, you can actually buy the teleport instead of having to do all the quest for gathering up, you know, the charging of the summoner dude. If you don't want to spend in-game gold to do that and you just want to grind it instead because, you know, it's a good experience to kill all those things anyway. Well, actually, experience from mobs is not that great in the Allods, but you can get random drops or get money. Anyway, it's not completely pointless. But the thing is Allods is really well laid out. The storyline is actually really interesting. The characters are interesting. The races actually look good. Like, for instance, is a lesbian. Sorry if anyone hates me now. But, basically, the orc females actually look hot. They actually look kind of like cute butches. I mean, seriously. I have before just stared at my orc shaman just to stare at her because she's cute. I mean, I'm just saying, she's adorable. I also think, you know, gibberlings. I'm sure there are other hamster people in other games, but do they come in groups of 3 and do they stand on each other's heads? I don't personally play League, but I do like the elves having the blue glowy fairy wings. I do admire them before, you know, attacking someone, because half of the League is those people. I love that the undead in this game are not zombies or falling apart. They are cybotic mummies. It's cyborgs, kind of. I don't think I said that right, but that's okay. Basically, they look cool. You know, the humans look like humans. Humans will always look like humans, but humans will always be in games because someone will always be like, well, I just want to play myself. I don't understand that concept very well at all. Like, even my humans don't look like me. But, you know, I'm weird, so. But that's my rant about Allods Online. I mean, it has a lot of super fun things in it. It's completely free to play, and you don't have to, like, break yourself for the pay to win part of things. Literally, you know, $150 in almost 3 years of playing. That's less than I spent on World of Warcraft. I played that game for 4.5 years. $15 a month. Just think about that. And I mean, I know I probably have a little bit easier time because I know how to work an auction house decently. I've always had that bent. I don't know. I probably inherited it from my mother. But, you know, I can sell things to people. I don't do it in real life as much as possible because I don't actually like that about myself. But in games, it's monetarily convenient for my little character. I don't take advantage of it in real life. I might as well take advantage of it in game. I try not to be like outrageous, and I try to undercut people instead of, buy out everything and make everyone pay my prices and stuff on most things. But I mean, I've never had a problem with in-game gold. I know I don't relate to people who have problems with in-game gold in that respect. But at the same time, even still, it's ridiculously easy to get in-game gold and to get G potatoes. I mean, you could probably do all the way up to your level 4, level 5 runes without ever paying a single cent of real life money. I'm just saying. It's not like the endless grind that is atrocious. It, I, People whine about it, but it's really because, again, they just want to be the best of the best of the best, and they have that looming over their heads instead of wanting to actually just play the game and enjoy it and explore and do raids with your guild and just have fun. So that's my rant about Allods Online. Yeah, I think I'm done. And yes, that is a brand new sheet that is unfolded in my bag. Yeah, it's not my house is dirty. I just don't know that I care to let people know what my house looks like. It's actually pretty clean at the moment. But anyway, have fun.